trying. Tell me, are you fighting? Fighting for our life.
It's here again, ladies and gentlemen, episode number 11. This is the Good Life. Something good is happening to you today because you have chosen to take part in some information that can only add to whatever you've been working with. That's all we're talking about, is adding to whatever you've been working with. Today, on episode number 11, season 1, I want to talk about one of the most important principles in life that you will ever hear. And if you understand it, if you internalize it, if you act on it, you're going to see some tremendous results in what I'm going to share with you right now. Today we're going to talk about two words: deposit and return. Simple as that. Deposit and return. Principle number 1, you got to get this in your heart and understand it. Here it goes. If you don't make a deposit, you cannot get a return. Now that sounds so easy, so basic, but many of us in life, man, I talk to a lot of folk, I'm telling you, and it comes back. This is what the majority of people are doing. They are expecting something, but they are doing nothing different. They're not depositing anything. They're not putting information in that can change their situation. So what's happening is we have what we call, or I call, misguided expectation. Meaning I expect something, but I haven't put anything in there. So in reality, I have no real grounds to expect anything. Your life is as simple as your deposits. Your daily, weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly, whatever it is, however you put it in, as far as how many times a week, how many times a day, but whatever you are receiving and whatever you can receive is based on what you put inside of you. If you're a micro business owner, if you're a parent, if you're a student, if you're a business owner, whatever capacity of life you operate in, you have to deposit some more information into your heart, into your mind, so that you can produce at a higher level. Instead of thinking that you're going to get something else. Stop thinking that I'm going to get this return. I'm going to have this business that has a 20 or 50% increase this year, but you haven't done anything different. You haven't put any new information in, yet you're expecting something different to come out. Your life has to be centered around what you're putting inside of you. What's your deposit? Because whatever your deposit is, that's going to determine your return. I can't expect to pull $100 out if I hadn't put $100 in. But most of us are out in life wanting more things. Oh, I want Jimmie, I want a bigger house. I want a better job. I want this, I want that. But what are you putting in? That is the question. What deposits are you making? What books are you reading? What are you listening to? Who are you hanging around? Are you understanding that whatever you put inside of you will eventually come out? You can't mess around, half-stepping with your life. At some point, you got to start making serious deposits. And here it is, two principles. This is the second one, second and last one. If you get this, you're going places, The second one is your deposit is your discipline. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to slow down because I want you to get this in your heart. Your deposit is your discipline. If you're not disciplined, you don't have any deposits. While many of us are walking around with zero in our bank account, and I'm talking figuratively and literally, is because we have no discipline. If you don't understand that you have to wake up with a hunger and desire to do something different, to make a bigger deposit, you will never get it. You have to receive, you got to receive this. Your deposit is in correlation to your discipline. Many folks who are not disciplined say, I want to lose weight, Jimmie, man. I worked out today. Great. Man, I'm glad you worked out today. I did 30 minutes. Great. I'm glad you did 30 minutes today. But what's happening is, what are you going to do tomorrow? And what are you going to do the next day? See, all those things, tomorrow, the next day, the rest of the month, the rest of the quarter, the rest of the year requires Discipline. That's what's going to get you to that next level. See, if you couple that deposit with discipline, you understand whatever I really want to do in life is, if I acquire the discipline, that is what will be needed for the deposit. You can't have a deposit without discipline. So folks are going around saying, well, I want this, I want this, I want this, I expect this, I expect this, I expect this, but you don't have any discipline. You have to get to a point in your life where you take control. Take control. We said it in a couple of episodes. Control. You have to control your time. You have to go wake up knowing what you're going to do tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening doesn't come and you haven't done anything. It requires discipline to set a schedule and stick to it. It requires discipline to know I can't hang around people who are talking about losing, talking about how they don't have no money, how times are hard, times are tough, the business is bad, that the corporation or the company you're working for is bad. You don't have time for that. You have to focus on understanding that whatever I'm putting inside of me will determine my return. That requires discipline. It requires discipline on putting it in and keeping it. Discipline, I say it again, on putting it in. What is it, Jimmy? It is the information. Once you put it in, the information in, now it requires discipline to maintain it, and requires discipline to understand that I am like a computer, as we said in episode number 2. You have to understand what is coming inside of you will determine what comes out. And my heart goes out to my people, man, because we're struggling and we say we want something, but we're not doing nothing. We say we want a better house, a better family, be a better man, a better woman. I want to be a better parent, a better this, a better that. Well, I go to church, Jimmy. I'm not talking about going to church. I'm talking about taking the information you get in the church and putting it inside of you, taking the principles from the word and putting it inside of you. Until you start putting this information inside of you, nothing will ever come out. You got to hear me. Nothing will come out. Genesis chapter 8 verse 22 says, while the earth remains, listen to me, people, while the earth remains, and we still here on terra firma, man, we still stepping on the ground, we still here. While the earth remains, there is seed time and there's harvest. It ain't going away. Deposit in return. What are we doing with our deposits? Talk to me. Hear me, hear me, hear me. What are you doing with your time? Your deposit. Whatever you put inside of you. The deposit. The bigger the deposit. Oh, you hear me? The bigger the deposit. I'm talking about big dreams, big visions, big talk, big living, big walking. Yes, I'm talking about putting something bigger inside of you than it already is to affect this mindset of yours so you can see things that you never saw before because you're putting the information in that you never put before. My name is Jimmie, baby. It's the good life. A good day is coming your way. We will see you next week. Subscribe to the page. Share it on your Facebook page. Let folks know what you don't put in. Hey, you can't get out. Holla.